Hey, what's up guys? It's Kathy and I'm back with another Hip Kit Club process video. So this is my second layout ever using the May Hip Kits and I love them. And for anyone that is on the member forum, I have put up a Project Life spread that I'd done and I had this picture on it of my daughter and my youngest son, and they're wearing winter hats because she got into our winter hat bin and picked out these really cute hats. She has a kitty one and he has a fox one on. And they were just in the bed with me in the morning. We're just chilling. And it was so cute. It looked so cute. So I had to take a picture of it. And of course I put it in my Project Life spread, but when I did, I realized I had to really scrap that. And you saw that totally rad, and I had done this little thing earlier where I had cut it out and painted it with yellow. Like I sprayed it and did watercolors on it and gessoed it and everything. And then I have yellow glitter. And so I thought, oh, this would look really cool. I'll make the rad part in yellow glitter and it'll be kind of chunky and really cool. But it's like a very thin, a very fine glitter. So it didn't really work the way I wanted. And then I realized that the glitter was never going to stop falling off, because that's just the way glitter is. And I know some people say to put a coating of Mod Podge on top of the glitter. I never find that works for me. It just makes all the glitter come off. So it didn't end up working. So I decided to just go with a different cut file, which you'll see later. So right now what I'm doing is I'm working with leftover scraps from my first layout and the tissue paper that gets sent to us that our packages come in. So everybody gets this tissue paper and I love it because it's kind of a turquoise robin's egg blue color and it matched really well with the layout, and it gave a little bit more texture because I was originally going to use the cardstock from the cardstock add-on, and I love the color of the cardstock, but I wanted this different texture. So that's what I end up using. So I'm just going to back stuff in a whole bunch of patterns because my prompt for this week was lots of layers. And I was just like, well, that's what I'm going to do. Lots of layers, because I do like to add lots of layers to my stuff. And I was really inspired by the Project Life spread that I did where I had this picture backed onto the navy blue polka dots, the navy blue with the white polka dots. I think that might be my favorite paper in the whole. I know it's really weird to think that navy blue with white polka dots would be your favorite paper out of all the colors, but I just adore this paper. I mean, I love the other side too with the script and the florals, but I seem to, for some reason, as beautiful as this kit is and how many florals it has, I tend to be doing a bit more layouts that don't involve that kind of stuff at all, which is weird. Here's where I get my, like, that was it there. And I mean, it looks really good, but the glitter was getting everywhere. And I was like, I can't deal with that. I really, really could have used that. I'm not sure why I decided to not use that background, that multicolored circle watercolor like polka dot background, because it does work really well with it. So I am kind of a little disappointed in myself, I guess, for deciding to go with the black and white, but the black and white was my first choice. So you know how you have like those first instincts and should always go with your first instincts? Well, I went with my first instinct and that does look good, but I go with this one. I don't know why. I really don't know why I did. They both look really good. I love them both. I love this black splotchy polka dot so much. I'm just obsessed with polka dots. So I'm going to use some of the shimmers. Shimmers Vibes. Genevieve Blue, which I know is Missy Whidden's favorite. And this is my first time ever having a Shimmers product. I've never had them before. I really like it. I didn't gesso it because I didn't want to cover up that. So I do put a backing on this paper, but you don't see the backing. I just added some kind of random cardstock piece to it, um, just to have it be a little bit stronger and not too warped. And it didn't warp that badly, so that was good. And yeah, so I just wanted a little hint of the blue underneath, just poking out. And I do add some other colors, some of my Heidi Swap colors too. And yeah, I'm using the back side of that beautiful floor. I don't know what is with me with this kit. When I first saw it, um, I was just, I was immediately like, okay, everything I'm going to do is going to be girl layouts, and it's going to be spring, and it's going to be, flowers and everything. And I haven't even delved into that. I've been going with a lot of the B sides of papers. I do end up using a strip of this sketch paper because it had a little splotch of blue on it already, and it worked perfectly. And you can kind of read the last two lines, and it's really cute because it says something about an awesome filled day or a happy filled day. So anyway, yeah, it's really weird. I ended up going with completely different schemes than I originally had thought for my layouts, and I've so far kind of done more masculine layouts. So, to those people who get these kits who I am loving all the other design members' layouts. So I'm kind of glad that I went a little less florally. So then there's kind of a variety of inspiration going on. So this layout's kind of a typical layout. It's not really. I'm not breaking any design barriers here. I'm not showing you anything amazing and new that you would have never seen before. But I'm still really happy with the way that it looks. Yeah, so sorry, I had to pause that for just a second. So as I was saying, I'm not showing you anything new that you haven't seen before, but I am kind of showing, adding, just doing layers and layers of different patterns and kind of adding them together to create something. It's busy, but it's busy in a good way, I think. Personally, I'm a little biased. I made it. So I added some of my yellow and my pink Heidi Swap to just bring in those colors. And now, in case anyone's wondering, that's a Visa gift card. So if anyone's like, oh, I'm going to pause that and get the numbers, not that anyone like Scrappy would do that, but like people watching would be like, oh, I can totally like scan that person's Visa. It's a Visa gift card that's been used. So the numbers aren't going to do anything. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm using the stencil and the Dazzler's spun sugar that we got in the color kit, if you got the color kit. And this is my first time ever using the Dazzlers from Shimmers. And they're like a modeling paste. It's a little thinner, so it was a little bit of a learning curve for me because I'm used to modeling paste. It goes on really thick and it just immediately kind of covers. And this time, as opposed to it immediately covering, I had to kind of go back and add more to get a nice opaque look. And of course, the background is white, like white, stark white. And this is a slight off-white, so you can see the variation, which is kind of what I wanted. I wanted just hints of sparkly clouds. And of course, clouds have nothing to do with what's going on, but I just liked the airy look of it, especially with the blue splotches. And they do take a while to dry, so, just keep that in mind. I'm going to have to pause this and come back here in a second. Just wait. Okay, I'm back. So I probably let it dry. So I'm happy with that. And yeah, I'm kind of time to dry. It did take a while, so I went and had supper, and it dried, and it was really interesting because where it went over the black, it kind of has a pink look to it. So while it was drying, I cut out this old, it's old, it's a year old, this cut file, and it was from Ashley Horton, and it was from National Scrapbooking Day from last year. So that's how old it is. But I really liked it because it was going the right way. I liked the font. So I painted it with some yellow watercolor off screen. I think I just forgot to film it because I was trying to get everything done. And I backed it with that cute jelly bean soup. I think it's jelly bean soup. Yeah. It's like it's the other side of that star paper, I believe. that pink star paper. So I thought since I had some clouds going on that maybe a balloon could be floating up in the clouds, and I made a little bow out of the leftover polka dot paper from that blue ombre and polka dot paper. I just made a cute little bow, and then I put a sequin on top. So, you know, just a little something. So I'm going to add the puffy sticker clouds too. So yeah, so this is kind of a very simple layout. Something that, you know, I do a lot of is this left aligned layouts, but I really like how it turned out. And yeah, it's so weird. I haven't even gotten into the florals yet. Maybe I might not even get into the florals. I don't know. I'm kind of liking this other side of the kits, and I see a lot of the other ladies doing the same thing. Like we're not just all immediately doing florals and then that's it. We're kind of going with other stuff. I apologize if you guys start to hear stuff. My family just got home. They're out buying hamburger buns so we can go barbecue. And so they'll probably immediately be like, oh, mommy's in her room and we have to go disturb mommy. So I'm really hoping that they stay quiet. Just one sec. Okay, so they didn't actually end up staying quiet. There was kind of a debacle. My daughter was not happy that Daddy was trying to take her outside, you know, even though it's not a half bad day. So there was some crying, some tears were shed. Anyway, I think they're outside now to let me finish. I've only got like a minute left to record. So anyway, so I'm using the chipboard hearts just to add a little something else. And the colors match the colors of the Heidi Swap color shine that I was using. And I put some sequins around too, you know, just in with the splotches, just to add a little extra color and to bring in that dark blue. So I'm not sure if I mentioned that I mess up my journaling, and I'll show you, you'll kind of see what happens when I mess up my journaling. And I've done this before, messed up my journaling. And I guess that's kind of the thing when you handwrite your journaling. I handwrite because I could do it on the computer and print it out, but I used to always do that, and then I would never actually get my journaling done. So yeah, so I stopped doing it because this way it's right there and I get it done. And I don't have a typewriter. I'd love to get one. I'm just a little hesitant because, you know, trying to find ribbon and stuff for it. So I'm going to take these tiny word stickers or letter stickers from my stash. And that's kind of how I usually fix my mistakes. And it always tends to happen on like important words. So this is great because I was talking about winter hats, even though this is like May when I took the picture. So I emphasize the word winter, and then I have enough room to write hats, and the journaling fits. So that's how I fixed my mess up. So sometimes I take little scraps of paper and write the word out and stick it over top the mess, or use a different kind of letter or anything. I didn't have anything from the kit that was small enough to cover that up the way I wanted. But anyway, so that's kind of my tip for when you mess up. So I'm popping that down with glue dots. No, not glue dots, pop dots. Anyway, so this is my second layout and I'm really happy with it. And I'm happy that I used up the scraps from the first layout. So now I have like lots of leftover papers still to work with for the next little bit of this kit, because I really like this kit and I love the colors. And yeah, to anyone who's like, yeah, Kathy, you totally should have used that other multicolored polka dot, I kind of agree. I think I should have. So I definitely will want to use that in the future. But yeah, I'm still really happy with how this turned out. Pictures are coming up. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.